Where's the mic? What? You don't have microphone? You don't have public address system? We have embarked on area patrol from Abuja to Kaduna. We have patrolled along the rail line. We have patrolled along the popular and ever busy Abuja-Kaduna expressway. In fact, we have covered the corridor to actually assess the deployment of our police personnel, the military and other security forces that are actually working and providing security for commuters and road users along the corridor, and to fortify the rail line so that we will not have any attack on the train again. We are here on behalf of the Inspector General of Police to brief the whole world about our activities to make sure we bequeath to Nigerians perfect security arrangement to protect our lives and property as expected of us. Today I am pleased to highlight the significant achievements in our crime-fighting endeavors with a particular focus on the Abuja-Kaduna expressway corridor and communities in Kaduna State spanning from January 2024 to date. Notably, I would like to draw attention to a strategic initiative implemented along the Abuja-Kaduna expressway, which has significantly contributed to our successes. Under a directive of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olukayode Adeolu Egbetokun, a helicopter has been deployed to serve as an escort to trains using the route, providing area support for the ground troops from the armed forces, the police, and other security agencies deployed along the corridor, as well as a proactive measure to prevent attacks and act as a first responder in the event of any untoward incidents. This proactive measure has proven instrumental in enhancing security along the corridor, ultimately safeguarding the lives and property of commuters and residents of the adjoining communities along the route. During this period, our proactive measures and relentless pursuit of criminal elements have resulted in remarkable outcomes, including the arrest of 81 armed robbery suspects, 40 kidnapped suspects, 73 murder/homicide suspects, 36 rape suspects, 22 suspects involved in court-related crimes, and 28 suspects engaged in other criminal activities. Similarly, we have successfully recovered 16 firearms of various types, along with 226 ammunition of diverse calibers. Additionally, our operations have led to the retrieval of 28 stolen vehicles, over 200 harmful weapons, and 600 bags of fertilizer stolen from various farmers. A total of 3,350,000 naira only, previously paid as ransom to kidnappers, has been successfully recovered, while our swift and coordinated efforts have resulted in the safe rescue of 158 kidnapped victims, all of whom have been reunited with their families unharmed. Today I'm going to showcase some of the achievements recorded by this command under the period under review. The first case I have here is the arrest of one Mande, leader of kidnap syndicates. Where's that Mande? Mande? Where's Mande studio? So that's the studio now. You want to knock my head? You will recollect that on 12th January 2024, police operatives attached to Anti-Kidnapping Unit of Kaduna State Criminal Investigation Department, CID, based on credible information swept in and arrested one Ibrahim Abdullah, a.k.a. Monday, at Abuja-Kaduna Road, flyover by Rido Junction. The suspect confessed to being the leader of a kidnap syndicate terrorizing Kaduna-Abuja highway, ranked among other criminals like Dogo Gide and Bello Toji, the popular Bello Toji. He had participated in various kidnapping incidents, including the kidnapping incident at Greenfield University, and he partook in almost all the kidnappings along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. And particularly the attack, the popular attack on the train stations, he was involved in that particular attack on the train. During that time, he ran away, but we promised Nigerians that we're going to get them one after the other. Like I always say, you can only run, you cannot hide. Whatever you do today will surely get you. It can take some time, but we will get you. Here is it today, Monday is here today. He is one of those guys that have been terrorizing Nigerians along that corridor. You agree with me that you've been seeing deployment of the military and the police along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and along the rail line. Our efforts are paying off. With him, we are going to get others who are involved in this heinous act of attacking our facilities, particularly the train, and kidnapping innocent Nigerians along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. I don't know your style here, but normally it's to confirm to you is the one and to tell us why is there and possibly why is it the style. Because for people who are so heartless to have attacked the train, to be on that route, FRBC road like that, kidnapping innocent Nigerians, what led him to that? He should be able to tell us. Do you acquire to Stand up. You are going to engage them? Okay. Let them go back. They say when they can't keep on standing. Arrest of suspected kidnappers and recovery of firearms. I'm going to select some of these cases. I'll give you the copies. You can develop them at your own level, because we can't keep ourselves waiting and be reading one after the other. But these are very good cases. You don't just parade these suspects. You want Nigerians to know that fine, the security system is working in the country, and to serve as deterrent to others who may want to venture into dirty businesses like this they are into. On February 29, 2024, vigilant operatives of the Kaduna Command Monitoring Unit conducted a well-coordinated operations at the residence of a suspected kidnapper, one Adamu Abdulwahab, in Ganga Uku village, Maraban Jos, which resulted in the apprehension of the suspect and recovery of crucial exhibits including one fabricated cartridge revolver rifle, one fabricated pistol, 2 Dane guns, 6 live cartridges, 1 discharged GP-RG ammunition, 7 discharged cartridges, 2 SIM cards, 2 Techno handsets, and 1 blood-stained cutlass. It was recovered. It was revealed during investigation that 35-year-old Adamu Abdulwahab, in connivance with other suspects who are currently at large, had kidnapped one Samaila Abdullahi, aged 40, of KK Kingdom, Maraban Jos, on February 13, 2024, and forcefully taking him to an unknown destination. And of course, the police are trying their best possible to get other suspects involved in this heinous act. But I think we have Adamu Abdulwahab here. Where is he? Can he just stand there and see later we continue to interview him? Well, the case has been charged to court. We thought the suspect will be released to us when our legal team approached the courts. Up to now, They are still on their way. I cannot wait for him. But he's one of the deadly kidnappers. Not only kidnapping, most of them, when they kidnap, they still go ahead to kill their victims after they have received ransom. We still trying to understudy the rationale behind the typology of kidnapping in Nigeria these days. When you pay ransom, family pay ransom, kidnappers, they are so heartless. They still go ahead to kill the victim. In fact, another typology is that they kill the victim, they get the ransom, they still negotiate for the release of the dead victim. To me, I don't think it's just mere kidnapping again. Because by definition, kidnapping is supposed to be a business. You kidnap somebody, you get ransom, and you release a suspect or the victim having received your ransom. But now, the way kidnappers operate, to us, we want to regard them as terrorists. They're not just kidnappers again. Whoever that is fully armed to the teeth, terrorizing Nigerians, killing Nigerians, causing pains, sorrows, agonies to innocent Nigerians, that person is regarded and should be seen as a terrorist, not just mere a kidnapper. In most cases, you can still regard them as violent extremists who have strange ideologies and causing pain to us in this country. Most of the things they do are strange to our culture, are strange to our tradition, are strange to our system as Nigerians. We don't know where they have got their own ideologies from. And that is why the federal government in most cases have regarded them as terrorists. And some of us, and we in security circle, we have seen many of them based on their acts, their mentality, and psyche or psychology of the crimes they commit. We prefer to refer to them as terrorists or violent extremists, not just mere kidnappers, the way we say them. And it is important for us to note that from security circle, all of us, we are seeking support from Nigerians to see it as a civil responsibility to support security agencies. Don't see it as if it's their job to do. All of us, by virtue of the provisions of the law, the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as a Nigerian, you have a role to play to make sure we have a perfect security system in this country. We, on uniform, we are paid agents because we receive salaries. But all Nigerians, too, are agents of security. Don't leave it for us alone to do. You have many roles to play. The third case is the case of arrest of suspects for criminal conspiracy and illegal possession of operated firearms. On 7th of April 2024, police operative attached to the Force Intelligence Department Special Tactical Squad in Abuja, in collaboration with Operation Yaki operatives in Kaduna Command, arrested one Abubakar Umar, aged 20 years. Please mark the age or ages of some of the suspects we are showcasing today. They are very young Nigerians, and some of them, I wouldn't know why they have decided to join bad gangs, because when you ask them questions, some of them have intelligence, they are brilliant enough to be in school or to do one or two businesses. So when you interrogate them, you're going to focus more on why they have decided to venture into criminal activities. He is from Bagega village via Anka local government of Zamfara State, and his possession of 460 rounds of AK-47 ammunition concealed inside a stabilizer box at Zaria City, Kaduna, with a mission to deliver it to one Dr. Dan Sadi of Bagega for onward transfer to a notorious bandit known as Landan, who is expected to receive the ammunition. The suspects are being rounded up and will prosecute them accordingly. If you notice the achievement of the police recently, we are clamping down on those who fabricate illegal firearms and those who do gun running. If these bad elements in their camps don't have access to arms and ammunition, they are nobody. You as a Nigerian can tackle such a person. A blow can pull him down because they don't have that strength. But they rely on the weapons they have to carry out these dastardly acts. So we are clamping down, we are beaming our torchlights on some of these agents who fabricate, who procure, who transport arms and ammunition to them in their various camps. And this is one of them. Imagine where 60 rounds of AK-47 ammunition land. You know, the owner of those camps are fortified. And they are good enough to use the ammunition to carry out whatever they want to do. 60 rounds may take them 2 years to even expend. Because in most cases, they don't even fire. Once a commuter, a road user sees them in numbers with their guns, you will surrender yourself. They don't need to fire. So recovery of 60 ammunition of this caliber goes a long way. 460. This particular case. To deliver 60 ammunition of AK-47 rifle to them in the camp. Recovery goes a long way to break the jinx of that particular syndicate. These we are doing across the country. You will recall that over time I've been parading suspects who are fabricating arms. And they are so intelligent, they are so smart that they fabricate fine and attractive arms and ammunition locally here. So we are thinking to see how we're going to work on some of those ones. Perhaps we discuss with the National Assembly to see how we can review our law to cater for people like these who are intelligent, who are brilliant enough, but they use their knowledge in a wrong direction. So we are working on them and we'll continue to get all of them. The next case is arrest of suspected bandits through gun runner and recovery of AK-47 rifle. Gun running is coming up again. Gun runners don't actually participate in any kidnapping or banditry. They are only to supply. And when you call supply, you decimate activities of this element. So we focus more on clamping down on gun runners, fabricators, and suppliers who are giving these people morale, I call it morale, to carry out their criminal activities. On 12 February 2024, suspected bandits from gun runner Adamu Shuaibu. Is Adamu Shuaibu around? Is he here in court?
Adamu Shuaibu.
The case is in court as well. Yes. Adamu Shuaibu from Damale village under Jere local government of Kaduna State was arrested following reliable information available to the police on involvement in criminal activities within the state. They recovered AK-47 rifle from him. Most of these rifles, most of these arms we recover, we send them, we profile them. We actually profile these arms, return them back to the original owners. The situation where we cannot actually trace the original owner, we hand them over to the National Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons at the office of the NSA, who will do due diligence in tracing the origin of those firearms. So what we do is, most cases, we have the breach numbers of these, rifles. We reconcile our records. We share with the military and other security agencies who use that type of particular weapon to actually know the source of these weapons. In most cases, you know that they kill our men. They kill security operatives to take over their rifles. So we always want to recover and trace back to the origin of some of these weapons. But where we cannot do, the center at the office of the NSA, we always do due diligence to make sure we get to the root and the source of these weapons. I have a case here that's also interesting. Arrest of suspected kidnapper. Do I have Awa Ayuba here?
Yes.
All of them are in 20s, 27-year-old. On 27th April 2024, barely a week ago, some vigilant members arrested and brought to the station 1 Awa Ayuba 827, a resident of Kubacha town, suspected of being a kidnapper. After thorough investigation, the suspect confessed to being a member of kidnapping gang and has participated in several kidnappings in Kubacha, Jere, Katari Aziz, where many victims were kidnapped. Like I told you, in most cases, most of these victims die in their camps. We have Hawa Ayuba here, 27-year-old. You take note of the efforts being put in place by vigilant members, other security agencies, which means collaboration works in Kaduna Command. They work together and they give kudos to those who have worked. You notice that the command is not only claiming glory of these achievements. They mention those who have been involved in various operations to arrest some of these suspects. And we encourage our officers across the country to always do the same. If it's an individual that has assisted you to arrest a suspect, let it be known. And let us commend such an individual so that they can actually do more. And Nigerians will be able to know that individuals can actually effect arrest and hand over to the police or other security agencies around them. This is him. You are going to interrogate him at your own time later. But you can take note that these areas where he has operated before are still along Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and along that particular corridor. Kobacha, Jere, Ketare, Aziz in Kaduna State. You can go and PRO coordinate. Let him go back to his place. I have a case of arrest of suspected armed robbers, recovery of arms in this place. Do I have Sharif Abaka, 34? Hassan Adam, 33. Okay, all of them, most of these cases have been charged to court. We don't want to keep them in our custody unnecessarily. Don't forget, one of the mission statements of the IGP is to have that police, to place that police force that is rule of law compliant. And it's very, very key that we take note of this. I'm going to leave you with the copies of this. The cases, the suspects, the fact of the cases, so that you, gentlemen of the press, can work on this book to develop your stories. But it is important for you to know that this particular syndicate, there are almost 6 of them. No offense can be easily committed if you don't have conspiracy. There must be conspiracy theory. Somebody will be there to give information, particularly kidnapping. One man cannot arrange kidnapping. It can't be a successful kidnapping. They work hand in hand, and that's why in the security business we call such cases organized crimes. They plan for such cases. They work with people to actually carry out those criminal acts. We have another arrest of kidnapping suspect here. On 28th of April 2024, I'm talking of just barely a week ago, Mr. Hawa Hassan of Zuntu Road reported to the authorities that his 2-year-old son, Hassan Hawa, had been abducted by unknown individuals. You can see how terrible it is if a 2-year-old son could be apprehended or kidnapped. You can see the message they are trying to pass across. These individuals kidnapped this young boy, are prompted to immediate action from police operatives who swung into action toward rescuing the boy unhurt, and which of course they did. Subsequently, on the 1st of May 2024, I think that should be yesterday, an unknown caller contacted the family and demanded a ransom of 200,000 naira for the safe return of the child. After negotiations, the father agreed to pay 30,000 naira. Following the child release, effort of the police surveillance unraveled the mystery. Ransom caller to be one Mr. Useafa Isa, who resides in the same area of the victim's father. Further investigation also led to the arrest of one Mr. Hawa Ahmed, male, and Mr. Hawa Adamu, male, who have also confessed to the perpetrators of the act. By these 2 names, they should be family members, Mr. Hawa Ahmed and Mr. Hawa Adamu. And you take note that the people who actually organized this are neighbors of the fathers of the young boy, 2-year-old boy. In most cases, when they negotiate, they don't involve security operatives in negotiation. They pay. And in most cases where it is important, when we work with our operatives, at times you can encourage the family to go ahead, pay ransom to save the lives of the victims. But no kidnapper, no ransom receiver will go unapprehended. We will always get them. Very soon we are going to roll out statistics of kidnappers who have actually received ransoms in various locations across the country, and they have been arrested. We will always get them. In scientific investigation or forensic investigation, we always say every offense committed leaves a trace. Whatever the offense, there must be a trace. No matter how perfect you are, that offense committed must leave a trace for us to work on. Don't think you are Mr. Perfect. They cannot get you. You can only run. You cannot hide. Do we have Fawa Ahmed and Awa Adamu here?
Awa.
OC Lega, thank you. Almost all your cases are in court.
Yes,
maybe next time, the command can forward your name too for IGP's award and commendation if you are doing this. Another case I have here is being possession of a vehicle suspected to be stolen. Don't forget, I mentioned that we have recovered so many vehicles, like 28 vehicles recovered by Kaduna State Police Command alone. I'm not talking of all our formations across the country. Get my statistics right. Kaduna State Police Command. So we want to urge you to go and visit our formations, check if your vehicles have been recovered. And you can visit some of our platforms online to find out if your vehicles have been recovered. If you are far from Kaduna, you can contact the PRO. The PRO, I'm sure he has his social media handles, email, and whatever you want to share. The PRO should continue to do that to Nigerians so that instead of somebody in Bayelsa to drive down to Kaduna to come and confirm whether his vehicle has been recovered or not, you can do it online. We embrace electronic policing strategies this time around, and we are moving forward. We are digital now, not analog again. So you can capitalize and leverage on some of these ICT platforms we have to verify certain things from us, to clarify so many things from the Nigerian police force. Gentlemen of the press, we have this suspect with you. You can interrogate them, but it's going to interest you to know that the effort of the police to provide adequate security for our trains moving from Abuja to Kaduna, our commuters, our vehicles, road users flying the ever busy and very popular Abuja-Kaduna Expressway are paying off. We have our deployment. Our men patrol the routes on 2 shiftings. Some of them move in the morning and they hand over to people at night to carry on. We expect that very soon we are going to embark on night area patrol. The IGP has just procured lenses for our pilots to move at night, and we are going to have night operations very soon. We want to urge Nigerians to always support the police and other security agencies so that we can enjoy democracy, so that all of us can have perfect security networking in this country. Gentlemen of the press, the Nigerian police force under the leadership of IGP Kayode Adeolu-Egbetukun, PhD, MPM, remains steadfast in his resolve to uphold the rule of law, ensure the safety and security of all citizens of this country, and combat criminal activities across the country. These recent achievements along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway and in Kaduna State Command in general underscore the zeal of the force in fulfilling our mandates of protecting lives and property as expected of us. This special intervention and operations will be replicated in other major expressways and cities across the country through the establishment of the Special Intervention Squad, SIS, the pet project of the Inspector General of Police, and we will continue to collaborate with relevant stakeholders, employ innovative strategies, and harness the full force of the law to root out criminal elements and create a conducive environment for peaceful coexistence and socio-economic development of this country. As we forge ahead, the Nigerian Police Force extends its gratitude to members of the public for their continued support and cooperation. Together, we will build safer communities, foster trust between the police and citizens of this country, and strive towards a Nigeria where all individuals can live without fear of crime or violence. Thank you, gentlemen of the press. I'm going to conduct and display some of the hands we have. You allow me to wear my hand glove. We are hoping to have choppers in all the 6 geopolitical zones. If we cannot have in every state, but we are hopeful to have in the 6 geopolitical zones, we are upgrading the platform of the Nigerian police force to cater for all these areas, so that when we have day patrol, we can as well have night patrol to assist all the operations. I know the trains don't move at night here, but what of those who, you know, Nigerians will like night movement a lot. It's always very calm, if not because of the activities of these criminally minded individuals. We used to enjoy night trips in Nigeria, where you have parks, you have garages, you have cities. You park and you have good restaurants, you enjoy yourself, then you continue your journey. We are still going back to that era where we have no fear, where we move at night in Nigeria, across the length and breadth of this country. But don't forget, like we always say, we can't do it enough. Those elements, those criminals who affect us, who rob us, who attack us, they are not spirits. Many people see them, but they feel unconcerned. Don't feel unconcerned when you see them, because you might be the next victim if you don't expose them. Let us expose them to security agencies. Let us make use of the online platforms we have. You don't need to show your face. You don't need to come close to us before you pass that information across to us. And we roll out all these platforms online. Some of you try and follow us. Make use of the numbers we are giving to you. All the distress call numbers are functional. They are working. Many Nigerians give us test calls. They give us calls just to test whether the lines are working. We won't give you lines that are dead. We want you to help us. That's why we are giving you all these lines to call us. But please, make good use of these lines. Not to ask me that my wife has not given me food. What should I do? I face a lot when I receive calls from Nigerians. CP Lanre Ogunawa is the CP Special Intervention Squad. But by the time he deploys those men to any state, he won't stay with them. He coordinates from Abuja. But the CP, who is the Commissioner of Police in charge of that state, should know when and how to deploy the SIS operatives to his best knowledge. So I wouldn't want to know whether the CP has deployed them or not, because I've not met him to have a brief from him. But I know with what I see and what I read, situation report from Kaduna on a regular basis, I think he must have done deployment accordingly, because I read that Kaduna Command achieves a lot in area of combating crimes, preventing crime, and decimating activities of some of these terrorists or bandits who terrorize our people in this state. This is what kills, not the whole bullet that goes out. This will not become empty shell. This thing is made of chemical components that are so dangerous and deadly. Once they touch the blood, that is the end of it. It is not even the wound that kills. The poison these things injects into the blood kills. So you see how deadly for someone to be in possession of this wrongly could be. You are not expected to hold or to be in possession of this, except you are a security operative. And not all the time a security operative can even be in possession of this, except you are on duty. You are not expected to even keep this in your house. As a policeman, as a soldier, as a security operative, you have to keep this in armory. And there is record for that. So if you see this with anybody, note, it is illegal. Tell us. Because it's not rifle doesn't mean that offense is not harmed. It is harmed because this is an offensive weapon. You agree with me, this can kill. These one cuties we use, those cuties that they are blackers. This is their symbol, axe. And for some of you don't know, when they celebrate their boogie night, they call it 777. This axe has figure 7. I'm leaking their secret to you now, so that when they are talking beside you, they are mentioning 777, boogie, boogie, boogie. You're going to say they are referring to this, that they are blackers. That is their color. So you take note of this, and when somebody holding this unnecessarily, call the police. It's our job to know whether you want to use it for good or bad. But this is not actually used for anything good. You can't use this one to cut firewood. It's just good at cutting somebody's head and penis and hair and nose and throat. It's criminal. It's small. was mighty. They must have killed a soldier, a PMF personnel of the Nigerian police force to have stolen this. In most cases, they know how to get these arms illegally. But we will surely get them, as we've been doing. When you see them doing that around you, smoking, taking drugs, shout to. If you don't shout, you'll be the next victim. Many of them, when you see them, they are very gentle here now. But when you see them in operations, forget my brother. Maybe for here. Oh. At least to can find out. He produced all this, and like I said earlier on, that we're going to see how we can work, the police will work with the law enforcers. Ready?
From Plateau. This is on.
Where, who do you produce this for?
Kana kera ma waye. Kana kera ma waye. Kana saidawa ko kana kerawa? Okay, kana saidawa. Say he used to sell it. How much? He said 45,000. Dubu 40,000. 40 per one.
40. Okay. Where is that guy?
Woman.
When was the date? When was the date? Right? Do you remember the date?
28 March 2023.
2023?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Another one come sunan shi. Me sunan ɗayan can. Kai, ila yi ko. Zo. Zo mai tashi mana. Kai kauce. Kai kauce nan.
Let them face the camera because I want to see haka. Gun, which gun here have you ever touched before? Help me tell them.
Wani bindiga ne? Fara magana.
IK.
Because he compares that he has more than 40. If it's camp. Yes.
Who is the leader of the camp?
This is the leader.
What's your name? And where is the camp? Speak loud. Where is the camp? Yeah, gentlemen of the press, I came back to this particular case on the attack on the Abuja-Kaduna bound train of March 28. These three were involved in the attack. They took part in the operations, launched attack on the train, killed some innocent Nigerians, caused injuries on some of them, carted away their property. You know, we made a promise that we will get them. And because of carrying out series of investigations on some of the activities, we were able to arrest these three. As young as this one is, this bandit, he controls the camp. And this one too controls the camp. This one has confessed to have in possession more than 40-something AK-47 rifles. As young as he is. So it's for you to know that it's not what security agencies can do alone. Who is sponsoring them? Who is procuring these arms for them? How did they get these arms? We need to work on all these things. But you can meet them and interview them. Why then they decided to attack our national assets? Because by now, if not because of the attack, perhaps we'll have had second lane of the train that will be moving from Kaduna to Kano to everywhere. But that attack alone gave us a setback. And Railway Corporation will tell you it was a great setback because the Nigerian government has said it was a great setback. When we continue to attack our facilities like this, it's a step forward and 3 steps backward. The same thing. This set of people are those that are attacking our power generation plants. By now, Nigeria will be talking of more than 20,000 megawatts, 30,000 megawatts. And I know if they have not been arrested, perhaps they'll be planning to even do another one. So we are going to still get others who are involved in the attack on that train. And I know our team from Abuja are working with Kaduna Command as they are working with other commands across the country to get people like this.
I am living in behind local service in Abuja.
You have been accused.
Yes. No, I'm not a gun runner. I'm a fabricator. I'm not a gun runner. I'm not a gun runner. I'm a fabricator. Kera nike. Yes.
So,
I am giving it to my community because of the attack. The bandit or the attackers used to come in the night when there is not forces there. So we are giving to our vigilante in the night.
Licensed to be fabricating?
I don't have the license to do. I don't have the license.
But you know that's an offense.
No, I don't have the order to fabricate it.
So you know it's an offense to fabricate guns and then give them out without authorities' approval. Do you know you don't know that?
I don't know. That time I was thinking that I'm helping my people because of the attackers. I don't know. Had I been I know I could have not started even doing it.
How many have you done so far?
No, it's just 25 pieces I do.
How much do you sell?
It's 25,000. It's a revolver.
Where did you learn the trade?
I didn't learn it. It's a gift. I didn't learn it.
You were born like that?
I born to fabricate. No, it's not gone alone. I'm fabricating machines.
Okay, you can also interview this man.
My name is Monday Dunia. Dunia. Monday Dunia.